Hello, all sentient beings, and welcome to the Transmissions Podcast, where we talk all Hasbro, Takara, and third-party Transformers! On this episode of Transmissions, we get an update on X-Transbots masterpiece-scaled Galvatron. New Age is bringing a Legends-scaled G1 Cliffjumper to the table, and Magic Square is playing around with a prototype Shockwave. Today is Wednesday, March 31st, 2021, and this is episode 427 of Transmissions.
Welcome to Transmissions, the podcast that's pretty sure it isn't blocking any canal traffic, but definitely has a blockage. I'm your host, Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hey, how's it going?
Fabulous fan artist, Apollo.
Hi, everyone.
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
Hey, everybody. Just a little fiber in your diet will clear that up, Charles. Let's talk Transformers.
It's not just me, it's the whole podcast, Daryl. The intros are for everyone on the show.
I don't know.
I always assumed Daryl just wrote them for you.
Trying to keep you healthy, Charles. Looking out for everybody.
All right. Transmissions is a part of your nutritious, balanced diet.
I can get behind that.
As always, we start off the show by thanking our Donatreons, those lovely people who give us money on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you to everyone out there who continues to support the show and contribute. We really appreciate it. And we want to give a shout out to Christopher, who has been a long time Donatreon, but recently upped their pledge to become a diecast Donatreon. So thank you, Christopher. He did it actually during our last recording last week. So we actually didn't get to announce it during the toy show last week because it was in the middle of our recording the toy show in alt mode. So we got to give him a shout out here.
Did he tell us what we did right during the toy show last week that he just decided to up his pledge then? Because could really use that tip, Christopher.
He is in Discord, so you can ask him.
There you go.
Just message at Chanimal in Discord, and you can ask him yourself, Daryl.
All right, maybe I will.
Of course, we have our Transformers RPG podcast, live play RPG podcast done by our awesome editor, Mike, Empire of Rust. And episode 46 just came out this Monday. And this is Iron Eagles. So if you have not gotten a chance to listen to it, it should already be in your feed if you're subscribed to the main Transmissions feed, or you can subscribe directly at transmissionspodcast.com/rust.
Did he get Louis Gossett Jr. to do a guest spot?
I don't think that's in the budget.
Oh.
We need a few more Patreon supporters.
Okay.
All right. And one of the perks of being a Donatreon is that you are automatically entered into our monthly Toy Hacks $10 gift code giveaway. And we're going to do our March drawing today on this show. So all of our Donatreons are automatically entered. And if you are a duly appointed supporter of the Transmissions podcast at that level or above, you get 2 entries automatically. So that's cool. We also got a regular entry came in from our friend Steve Wu, who sent an email entry in a couple weeks ago. So that has also been added. So good luck to all the Donatreons. Good luck to Steve. And we'll see who wins this week. Or this month, I should say. So, Jeremy, is your assistant ready to help us?
Computer, are you ready?
I'm ready when you are.
All right. Can we please have a random number between 1 and 81?
Computer, give me a random number between 1 and 81.
Your random number between 1 and 81 is 63.
Okay, 63. Let's look here. That is one of our newest Donatreons, Gray the Color.
Oh, wow.
Yay.
Oh,
Well done.
someone else has been active in Discord.
Yeah. Congratulations, Gray the Color. I'm still not fond of your name, but we'll still send you a prize.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Well, Apollo is an artist. Maybe she can help with your debate, Daryl.
Sure.
You think gray is a color or a shade?
It's a shade. I mean, yeah, unless if you go by it depends if you're using Pantone or CMYK values. So you can get into a whole color debate.
Are there any other debates? I mean, really, you break it all down.
Daryl's happy you came down on his side, so
It was an agreement of her appearing on the show.
so great.
Yeah, it's a shade.
All right, Gray the Color. We might need to request you change your name. Gray the Shade.
No, just keep pissing off Daryl. It's fine with me.
It can be a color in Gray's world.
If it's a crayon, it's a color.
All right, congratulations to Gray the Color. We will be getting your $10 Toy Hacks gift certificate to you, or gift code, I should say, and then you can buy some stickers for your Transformers. All right, before we get into the toy news, Jeremy, do you have an America's Next Top Podcaster update? The competition continues.
Yeah, it does. My team won again. So that was 2 weeks in a row. So that's really cool. This was the interview podcast, and we interviewed Mark Hoffling, he works in Hollywood. He's like a set designer. And again, I learned a lot about something I'd never even comprehended, even asking about. So that was cool. But this week's show, I handled all the editing. Will, who's on our team, actually did the interview, but the entire team kind of contributed behind the scenes. So it was really cool. I feel like my experience here on Transmissions has helped a lot, specifically interviews, because we've done a ton of those. But the sad thing is they shuffled up the teams because I think one of the teams was down to 2 people, whereas we still had 4.
So your reward for winning is to lose your winning team.
Right. And that's an issue I have with it, because they could have taken the team with 2 and the team with 3, combined them, and just have 4 versus 5. But they didn't. They took me and Audie from my team and put us on the other teams. And I wasn't happy with that. I think it was actually made the recording that I was like, doesn't feel like, we got anything from winning, but whatever. The next week is a science podcast, which hopefully I have a little bit of a leg up since my wife's a scientist, but we'll see. Because it's also going to be getting used to 2 new people that I haven't really interacted with. So yeah, we'll see how it goes.
That's exciting, though. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Every week I'm just like, well, I made it one more week. Like I never thought I'd make it past the first week. So,
and your team gelled really fast. You guys hit a little hot streak there. So yeah, it's just disappointing to see them break you up like that.
I know. I mean, it's like, when the Bulls won all those championships and Michael Jordan just decided, I'm going to quit and play baseball. So anyway, it's still a lot of fun, and see how it goes next week.
Cool. Yeah, I started. I got caught up, so I've listened to all the ones that have come out so far, and the theme music always makes me think of the A-Team whenever the show starts.
Yeah. The first little bit of that, it kind of has a drum beat, makes you think of that.
But I'm getting into it now, so I'm excited.
Cool.
All right. Before we get into the toy news, Apollo, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, it's all good. Don't worry about it. I'm just happy to be here.
So how have things been going?
Things have been going all right. Just slowly building my Starscream collection. So I've got some fun things to show when we're doing our show and tell.
Cool.
Yeah, and I've also got I've been doing a lot of art. I don't know if you've been seeing this, but I've been doing these little Soundwave Days Off mini comic strips, and I've just been doing that as a way to challenge myself as an artist, to draw different scenarios. And I think it'd be really cool to see like a slice of life Transformers comic someday. So I'm like, well, I'll just start drawing my own little mini version and see where it goes. So, so that's kind of what's been going on with me.
All right.
Cool.
I saw the first one. I haven't checked out the other ones yet, so I'll have to go back and take a look.
Yeah, so far there's two main comic strips, and then I did a little bonus one, and I'm in the process of doing the third one right now.
Okay. And yeah, you've been hanging around the Transmissions Discord quite a bit, so it's cool to see you hanging out and participating and stuff. So glad to have you aboard.
Thanks. I just, especially because of the time we're in now, it's just so important to stay connected with people. And, I like, growing my network of folks I know in the Transformers community. So it's been a lot of fun hanging out in the Discord server.
Great.
Awesome.
All right. Now let's get into some toys.
All right, and I found a couple of Legend scale figures to talk about this week, and one of them, the first one I'm going to talk about, is from Magic Square, and it is their MS-B32 Shockwave prototype, and it is just a color prototype, so it's well on its way to becoming a full-fledged figure, and I gotta say, it looks absolutely magnificent. And I don't know whether anyone else feels this way, but I'm almost to the point where I want to give up, mainline masterpiece figures and going straight up the Legend scale route, because these things are just fabulous. There's an awful lot of pictures here of Shockwave in all the different modes, and he looks great. Absolutely fantastic. He's got LEDs in the figure as well, to the same LEDs that he would have had in his G1 figure. And I love it. The only thing it's obviously going to miss is the sound effects, which, it's fun for the 80s toy, but it doesn't necessarily have to be in a small little, Legend scale figure. The thing is only going to stand 10.5 centimeters tall, 10.8 centimeters tall, which for you guys is it's about 4.25 inches. So there you go.
Love that tape measure.
I have to have it. I have to have it here. So that's pretty tiny, man. Charles, you are also into the Legend scale stuff, I know. So what are your thoughts on this Shockwave? Is it something potentially going to join your collection?
It does look really good. And I like the fact that it has the LED lights there, and then all the accessories. So all the translucent pieces, so you can have your translucent gun arm or translucent hand, and all the other hands. That's very cool. And the little Shockwave's got his own Shockwave gun from the cartoon. Right. That's nice. Yeah, this is a nice little figure. And it looks like the gun barrel even stows on his back like a backpack, so you don't even have an extra piece that you have to put away or anything. Mm-hmm. This is a neat little figure. I definitely might consider picking this up. Especially if we were if we were able to come back to conventions and I saw this at a booth. Yeah.
These are the easiest things to buy at a convention because they're small and they're not as expensive as you'd think, $30, $40 and you're done. And they're just the cutest little thing. Apollo. It's not a Starscream, but it's damn cute. What do you think?
Oh yeah. I have a few Legend scale figures. I have a Jazz and I also have a Soundwave, and I really like the Legends class scale. As you said, they're small, and these figures are so detailed and intricate that they make great pose references for poses for drawing.
Oh, sure.
And I was looking at this earlier, and I'm like, this is a good Shockwave because I've been needing one, and I've been wanting to buy one, and it's like, well, I don't want to foot the bill for a larger figure like the Masterpiece, but this would probably fit my budget and it won't take up a lot of space.
That's right. Yeah. No, this is a nice one, and it definitely goes well with all the other Legend scale G1 characters. Jeremy, we know you're moving, but this isn't very expensive. Plus, it's a purple gun. What do you think?
I think this looks fantastic. I love the lights. I love that he comes with a little Shockwave as a weapon. Do you think that his eye will light up too? I mean, it looks like an LED light, but they don't show it lit up in any pictures.
Yeah, it does kind of look like it should. But it's one of those things like, I don't know. If it did, I think they would have shown it in some of these pictures.
Right. We also don't see any of the back of his head. It could just be light piping.
Sure. Yeah.
But this is great. And you mentioned how his the gun barrel stows on his back. I love how they have it where like it opens up and they actually make it resemble kind of a jetpack. So it's not just a gun piece stuck on his back. They did something to it, so it looks like it would belong on the robot mode.
Yeah, really it transforms. It definitely gets smaller. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think this is great. I mean, who knows if it comes out after the move? I might even order it online. I don't know.
Damn, that's big from Jeremy.
You can squeeze in a lot of stuff hidden among like lumber costs and stuff like that. You have all these big purchases come through, and then just like a random $40 purchase or whatever.
A little box shows up. Yeah, it's nails.
Yeah,
nails.
No one notices.
It says toy store on it. Nah, nails are toys to this company. Okay, well, I do have one more thing to talk about, and it is, like I said, also a Legend scale figure, and this is from New Age, and New Age is only doing Legend scale stuff, I think, and they have got a Bumblebee that they just redid, and we've talked about it before because we saw it during prototype phase, but we're not going to talk about the Bumblebee because they've retooled it already into G1 Cliff Jumper, and I think the Cliff Jumper looks better. So we're going to talk about that one. And they've got a whole bunch of pictures of it here showing it in car mode and his robot mode and all the other accessories, which obviously is a Cliff Jumper. He gets a giant cannon. So he's, and a bunch of skis that you can put on his wheels for that, obviously that one episode. All the Cliff Jumpers all get the same accessories, obviously. So, what are your thoughts on this new Cliff Jumper here? And do you think it kind of it's enough, Apollo?
I like it. I don't know too much about Cliff Jumper other than from like G1 and like many deaths he's had in like the comics and movies and whatnot. But I think this looks good, and if you give a little guy with a big gun, that's always a plus.
Sure. Right on. The alt mode definitely resembles that little penny racer alt mode that he got as the original G1 figure, and they've gone and turned that into a really cool looking figure. He might have a little too many points of articulation or kind of fold points on him, but I guess that's for everyone to kind of decide on their own. Charles, what are your thoughts on this tiny little red sports car?
The robot mode looks good, and I like the accessories. Although the car mode just looks like a hair too squat. Like I even like compared to the Bumblebee version that he's based on, it seems like he's even squished more than the Bumblebee. Maybe it's just a trick of the perspective of the photo, but it's just that's a minor nitpick. But the robot mode does look nice, does look very cliff jumpery. I agree. He is a little bit. He does have a lot of joints. It seems like they crammed a lot of articulation into this little minifigure, which that's still not a bad thing. I like being able to pose him in lots of ways, but it does make him look a little, I don't know, segmented. It's a little weird.
Sure,
but it's a good looking figure. The skis on the car look weird though. I probably would not put those on. I mean, I know it's from the G1 episode, but it doesn't look good on this car here.
Well, I've been looking at those and looking at the car, and I'm like, how do they clip on? And I think they're magnets.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because you look at the car mode without the skis, and they're like, where the hell are they going to clip these things on? It's just a flat piece of metal.
The hubcaps are likely magnets.
Yeah, so they're likely just magnets, which are kind of cool.
That's interesting.
I'm all for seeing magnets used in figures. I love that aspect. It's just a really cool added bonus when you get a figure that just something attaches to it with real world physics. It's kind of cool.
Oh, instead of tabbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you just get it close and it just kind of pulls itself in.
Yeah. Jeremy, what are your thoughts on this guy?
I mean, I largely like it. I agree with Charles on a lot of the robot mode. It does seem a little bit blocky and off with all the lines. The car mode, though, I think it looks good, and it kind of brings back the memories of the little penny racer styled, the original toy. Mm-hmm. I like, I know the wheels are plastic, but it really does kind of have that classic rubber smooth tire look that the original toys had. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I like the head. It's kind of a mix in my mind between like a traditional cliff jumper and the Bumblebee movie cliff jumper head.
Okay.
It seems like they were trying to kind of meld the two. So it kind of seems a little bit off, but I kind of like it. But, all in all, I think, it was bound to happen with the Bumblebee. And I think all in all, it's not horrible, but it's not really something I would go out of my way to look for.
All right, cool. All right. Well, that's all that I have for us this week. Jeremy, what do you got?
I have updated official images of a figure that was first announced in 2015.
Wow.
This is X-Transbots MX4 Abaddon, which is their masterpiece scale Galvatron. And can't remember exactly why it never came out, but I think it was because there were other Galvatrons coming out at the same time. And there was, I don't know if it was also like internal issues within the third party community, but they're apparently coming out with it now. From the original image, it looks like they've updated the colors a lot. Like the little belly part is now red, like Galvatron, should have. But I think he looks a lot more cartoon accurate in terms of the colors. A lot more silver. His alt mode looks fantastic in my opinion, like a nice traditional cannon. So yeah, I mean, these are all renders. They're not actual product yet, but hopefully we get this out. I mean, Galvatron is getting a rise in popularity with the Kingdom stuff. So, looking forward to seeing this finally come out. Daryl, do you remember when we first talked about this back in 2015?
I think so. I'm wondering why it never came out, but I'm trying to think like, yeah, X-Transbots, they had issues. Obviously, they brought out the Apollyon that did very well at the start, but then had a lot of
Megatron.
Yeah, they had a lot of issues, QC issues with it. But maybe they just wanted to kind of take this one off the board to kind of fix any kind of QC issues, and then obviously, what was it? Fans Toys got theirs out, and it just kind of started to look like they weren't going to get one out. And obviously, Hasbro came out with their Titans Return one, and now Hasbro's got another one on the board. So, yeah, maybe they're just kind of going to cut their losses and put it out anyway.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it looks good. It's masterpiece scale, so it's big. It's going to be made out of a higher, denser plastic than the Hasbro one. Yeah, I like the way it looks. Definitely want to see more like pictures of it when it gets into a prototype phase. I know that the Apollyon had some really finicky bits to transform when you did convert them, and that made it for a little bit more of a I don't know, a careful transformation. So maybe they've fixed some of that, I hope. I kind of like the face sculpt on him, the kind of like the growl or grimace that he's doing. The lights or the eyes look like they might light up. They've got this glow around them. So hopefully they have some kind of light up feature. All in all, I'm up for a good Galvatron just because, I don't think there's been a real good one other than maybe the Fans Toys, but I never really got to handle that one.
Yeah, I think we talked a month or two back about like these little Legends, like tiny Legend scales ones. But yeah, we need a good masterpiece scaled one. Apollo, what are your thoughts on this?
I like how these renders look so far, especially in like comparison with the Kingdom figure of Galvatron that's coming out. Like, I feel like the proportions on the robot mode on this look way more accurate in comparison to the other figure. Repeating comments said before, I like how his facial expression. That's when I think of Galvatron, that's the face I think of that he's always making. Right. He's always making that like grimacing scowl.
He's never happy.
He is not a happy guy. He's got issues. And I think his alt mode is very accurate, and I can't wait to see the actual printed prototypes of the figure and see how it progresses along with what adjustments that are made to it.
Yeah, awesome. Charles, I know that you are likely to be showing off a Galvatron and trips to the store this week. Would you mind getting another Galvatron that's slightly bigger?
I don't think a certain Planet Eater could fit this one in his mouth. This is the renders make this look like a very nice G1 cartoon accurate Galvatron. So my only question is it a good idea to directly compete with Hasbro? So,
but is Masterpiece directly competing with the, a mainline figure?
I guess not. Especially on price point, I imagine this will be several times the price of the Kingdom Galvatron that comes out. So, yeah, I guess Hasbro doesn't really have much to worry about. But this, I do like. I have to continue to remind myself that these are just renders and it's not a physical product, because it does really look very nice. I like the scowl facial expression too. It's I wonder if that'll make it into the head sculpt. It looks like I guess he's going to have multiple. Maybe he'll have multiple heads, because I see in some renders he's just got a neutral face, I think. Or no, maybe it's the same scowl.
Yeah, there's one with a more neutral face and one with the scowl.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see. But yeah, this is a good looking figure.
Cool. Well, we will keep you updated, and hopefully it won't be another 5 years before we get more pictures.
Yeah, hopefully it's a little sooner than 5 years.
Yeah. But that's what I got. Paula, what do you have this week?
Well, I'm not going to be talking about any figures. I'm actually going to be talking about the Symbiote Studios Starscream and Grimlock plushes. So these two plushes are available to order now. I actually placed my order for Starscream last week, and he arrived yesterday. So I've got him to show off and trips to the store. And there's other figures of Transformers characters in their main line. It includes Optimus, Bumblebee, Megatron, and Soundwave. And I have most of the other ones as well, because they were doing this sale where they were like $12 each. And I'm like, okay, here we go. So I have like
now they're double that.
Yeah. So, yeah, and I paid full price for Starscream. I mean, you know, I'm not a huge fan of the red in like on his forehead, like on his helm. I don't know why they did that red strip there, but you know, for a plushie that's mass produced, you know, he's pretty cute, and Grimlock looks, you know, pretty cute too if you want him in his dino mode. Charles, what do you think of these?
These are super cute. And I saw the you had mentioned this on Discord, and I think DJ Ronan like immediately saw your post and immediately ordered his own. So you are spreading the good word on Starscream plushes.
Yay. Thank you. I'm doing my job.
Yeah, but I've never been a big stuffed animal guy for myself, so this probably would not be something that I would pick up. But I mean, if you have any Transformers fans who like, you know, stuffed animals or plushies, I think this is a good. I mean, even the Starscream, I'm looking at the pictures he's got on the wings. He's got, you know, all the detail on his back too. That's, you know, it's very cool. He's got it's just these are neat little figures here. If my daughter liked Transformers more, I might get one for her, but I tried, but she rejected my Transformers love. Unfortunately.
Someday.
Yeah.
Someday. Keep trying.
I got her a couple other plushies, Transformers plushies that she has, but I don't know. She's not into it. Sometimes they're just not that into you. But yeah, these are cool.
Yeah, you know, considering, you know, if you go to a convention, and I mean, I have a few custom made plushies by fan artists of Starscream. They're, you know, way more expensive in comparison to something like this. So this is a pretty good compromise on details and price point.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. So Jeremy,
get a gray marker for that little red strip on the head there.
Oh, I know. I might have to bust out my sewing kit and sew a strip of gray fabric over it.
Just use a little piece of duct tape.
If only things were as easy as Photoshop in real life. So, Jeremy, what do you think of these plushes?
I think they're really cute, and I'm likely to pick one up for my kid. I mean, I think the Grimlock he would love to have. Although he already has, he doesn't have a Grimlock. He has a Slag and a Sludge I got from, I can't remember who does it at like the TF cons. But
was it a Mazzleby?
She did a line of Dinobots. Yeah, I think it was Mazzlebees. So she did the line of Dinobots, and I have a couple of those. These are obviously bigger, officially licensed. but I think the Grimlock, I mean, it makes me think of the Little Formers Grimlock when I see this one.
Yeah.
With this, the little big head. I don't know. It just, and hopefully, it wasn't like cribbed from that, but these are officially licensed and Hasbro can do what they want with their IP. But I think they're really cool looking. One thing I noticed, I was poking around their website and their blog has they have a post about Optimus and they also have a post about Starscream, like facts you might not know. I was just like scrolling through it. It references something from the My Little Pony comic, but it also references something from Kiss Players. And I'm like,
oh boy.
Danger.
Yeah.
It's under the heading "He Possessed a Girl," and I'm like, Kiss Players is not really something that I think you really want to. You have to be very careful. So anyway, but they had a lot of little facts that probably the general audience might not know about Starscream. So I thought that was cool.
Wow, that's good to know. Yeah, I thought Kiss Players was something that we were all supposed to forget about, right?
Yeah, well, it's funny. This YouTube channel I follow called Comic Tropes, he actually did an episode all about Kiss Players in the last week or two. And
oh my gosh.
He did a very good job skirting the line, basically kind of explaining just all I learned more about Kiss Players from watching that than I ever have before because I've just avoided it. So it was really cool. And now I never have to see Kiss Players again.
Yay. Oh gosh. So Daryl, what do you think of these plushes?
Oh, they're very cute. And I backtracked through all the links here to kind of see the rest of them as well. And it got me thinking, I thought, does Hasbro own Popples? And I looked and they don't. But if they owned Popples, if you don't know what they are, they're basically you fold the character, the plushie, inside out into something else. Most of them became just balls, but you have a basketball and some were about, soccer balls and, baseballs and stuff like that. But if you could turn Starscream inside out into some kind of plushy plane, that would be ridiculous and it would be fun. Well, and
my kid has a little zipper hoodie thing that you can fold in itself and stuff, and it turns into a little Mickey Mouse plushie.
Oh,
yeah, well,
so they could do something like that too.
Yeah, but I just thought, what, that would be so cool. But these are very neat. But yeah, if you've never heard of Popples before, just look up what Popples are. They were a toy from the 80s, and every kid had one. Well, maybe not me. My brother had one though, so they were in the house. Yeah, they were fun. I guess apparently there's a Netflix show about Popples, which is weird. But yeah, that's what I thought of when you showed this. I was like, is this a Popple? But no, it's yeah.
Oh, you know what though? I have some fabric keychains that are officially licensed. I have a Starscream and a Hot Rod and a Bumblebee that do that, where you flip it inside out and it turns into their alt mode.
Well, there you go. So those things do exist. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's from a few years ago, but they exist. They're a lot smaller than these plushes, and I'd say the biggest thing with these plushes is finding space. If you think it's hard to find space for figures, finding space for all these plushes has been hard.
You don't just pile them up on your bed like a crazy person?
No, right now they're on one of my nightstands. They took my Mega Optimus's spot because I have one of those big Mega Optimus figures. So now he's just on the floor by my TV.
Oh, that's great.
Well, Daryl, you have a new baby.
Yeah, you want to trade?
You should get one. No, I'm saying you should get one of these and use it as so you can document how big the kid gets.
There you go. I mean, I might have to not get Starscream because the red eyes are just scary as hell.
Get him a Bumblebee.
I get him. I mean, the Grimlock is really cute, but the teeth. Maybe the Optimus. I don't know. Do they ship to Canada? That's the biggest. That's the biggest hurdle.
The teeth are also mushy soft, Daryl.
I know. Anyway, these are really cute, and I might look into getting one. Although if they ship to DJ Ronan, then they'll ship to me.
Let him, handle that question.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's all I have to talk about this week. So.
All right. Well, I will wrap things up. So I've just got a couple of topics. We've got the rumor mill here. So first up, we've got more Kingdom figures coming very soon. And so these are Transformers Kingdom Golden Disc Collection. So I wonder if these are going to be exclusives for similar to what Amazon had, the Galactic Odyssey collection for multiple sets of figures. But here, so this Golden Disc collection, this includes a deluxe Pterosaur, which is a character from Beast Wars Season 1. And then we have another character, Deluxe Ranger Puffer. Yeah, I have no idea what that is. I don't know if you guys have any speculation. I'm open, but I have no idea what Ranger Puffer is. Pterosaur, we had already seen rumors. I think he shows up in that big art picture that showed all the Kingdom figures. But Ranger Puffer is Apollo. You have any thoughts on Ranger Puffer?
Oh gosh, I have no clue who this is. I saw that Pterosaur was coming out, and I'm like, oh yay, Beast Wars, and I kind of zoned out on this mysterious Puffer. So no idea who that is.
Yeah. Daryl, you're a toy guy. What do you think?
Puffer, I'm just looking him up here because before this kind of name came out, I really didn't know. But
I put a link in the chat.
Okay, there you go. So yeah, Puffer is just a recolored pipes with some he's just like a reverse pipes kind of thing from what I can tell. He's a huffer. Is he a huffer? Yeah, he's a huffer in pipes colors. Yeah, that's it. That's what I got.
Released in Mexico.
There you go.
G1.
So, yeah,
but would that name make it into a Walmart listing? That seems odd.
So this is Amazon.
Oh, Amazon. Whatever.
I mean, this is one of those selects things now, right? So,
maybe.
Right? So you've got.
Yeah.
Why not? we're getting all kinds of other crazy things now too, right? Like, why not get a Puffer? I mean, the name's funny as hell, so yeah. Why not? I like the idea of getting these weird crazy names, and Selects is the perfect place for these things too, right? So if you don't want it, you don't have to buy it. You also don't have to be if you're a completist on the main line, you can skip this stuff because it's exclusive, But also, I mean, I can tell you after owning the Huffer figure, and I showed off last week, it's a nice figure, like this new Huffer mold. So if they just redo the colors on it, it's really not that big of a deal. It's another great use of that mold. So yeah, if that's what they're doing, I'm all for it. I probably can skip it because I really don't care about Puffer, but yeah, I'm all for this kind of stuff.
Cool. All right, Jeremy, any interest in a Ranger Puffer or Pterosaur?
Yeah, I'm interested in both. I don't have the Huffer, and obviously I don't have the Pterosaur. I think I might wait until I see this come up on Amazon and get both at once. So I like these selects packages, and I'm not, I don't care about repaints. So I'm happy to get Huffer in different colors. Fine with me.
Cool. All right, we've still got a couple more rumors, and this is in the Masterpiece figure line. So we've got this comes from the Figure King magazine. This is the Japanese magazine. So someone on Twitter has gotten a hold of the magazine and just they took a particular line of text. So we don't have any images, but it is a line of Japanese text, and it has been translated that mentions that we are going. So first it mentions about the Masterpiece Raiden. So this is the train bot combiner that was announced in 2019. And it mentions that the size of the train combiner is going to be similar to the Unite Warriors / Combiner Wars gestalts. So that is so that doesn't really seem masterpiecey. That seems like that's a main. Those are mainline figures. But I don't know. We'll see. But the other big news is that it looks like a G1 Skyfire is coming to the Masterpiece line. Now we just got the Commander class Jetfire for War for Cybertron Siege, and that, I mean, I could see that I don't think you'd have to do too much to make that into a Masterpiece figure. I mean, it's Commander class. It was a little bit bigger. I don't know. Maybe for Masterpiece, you have to upsize a little bit more to get it in scaled with the other Masterpiece figures. I don't know. But that was already a pretty good representation of G1 Skyfire. So I wonder if they'll take that base and then, Masterpiece it up for this Masterpiece Skyfire. Daryl, you got the Commander class Jetfire, didn't you?
Yep.
So what do you think of this news? Do you think they'll base a Masterpiece Skyfire on that figure?
I mean, the only thing that I think is really kind of useful in that design is the transformation. It was really quite good. The figure itself, if they were going to go up to the Masterpiece line, I think they'd have to change the plastic, because I think that the plastic in the Commander class is the mainline plastic, and Masterpiece, it requires a higher caliber of plastic, and it's different. It's not better or worse. I think it's just a higher kind of, like, it's more dense for the Masterpiece line, right? It's not as flexible. That's why you're having so many QC issues and such. But the transformation that they had kind of engineered for that Commander class was really good. So they could use a lot from that. And yeah, totally, they could upscale it a little bit and put it in the Masterpiece line. But it's already kind of big. Like, it's really big already. So yeah. But I'm sitting here and I'm looking at that Fans Toys Phoenix, right? Which has been around a few years now. And really, for the Masterpiece line, that is the definitive Skyfire. And yeah, there's a lot that Masterpiece would have to do to kind of unseed that figure from that spot. For me anyway, like, I look at that thing and I'm in awe of the work that they did on that figure. So, but I'm really kind of disappointed at the if the Raiden is going to be just kind of, mainline Gestalt size. So that kind of sucks. I was hoping for, like, if they mentioned it, if it was going to be like a, like maybe Combiner Wars Devastator size, then that was kind of thrown around as being a Masterpiece Devastator at the time. Remember that conversation? But other than that, like, it's got to be bigger. Like, I don't know. If they end up if it ends up coming out as being like a Combiner Wars or, Unite Warriors style combiner, I'm going to be really disappointed, because that's, I said goodbye to those combiners a long time ago. They were just kind of flimsy and just didn't hold together very well. And, they all needed some kind of upgrade kit and such, just to kind of make them look better. So if it ends up being a lot like that, I'm going to be really, really disappointed.
Fair enough. Yeah. I mean, that seems a little counterintuitive as to why they'd make, the why would they release it under the Masterpiece line if they're going to go that route? I mean, you could still release a ride and combiner if you don't want to, if you want to make it that size, but just don't call it a Masterpiece figure.
Yeah.
All right, Jeremy, what do you think of these? I guess they're rumors or official announcements in Figure King magazine.
Yeah, I'm disappointed also by Raiden. I wasn't going to get him, but I'm disappointed that you're going to use the Unite Warriors, Minor Wars stuff. That's not anywhere close to Masterpiece. I mean, maybe they're going to do some stuff to beef it up so it won't just be, Combiner Wars repaints, but that is a shame. The Skyfire thing does interest me. I think that's, we know the Harmony Gold stuff is probably going to rear its ugly head again, as it does anytime there is a Jetfire or Skyfire. Seeing that they're going with the animation style lately, I can see why they would use the Skyfire name. I mean, if that's the name that comes over here. However, I think Masterpiece has just completely priced me out of the market. It's just, there's no way that this is going to be cheaper than the new Optimus Prime was. And that was just way too much for me. Was it like $400? Yeah,
it's like $350 maybe. I don't know.
$350. Yeah. I mean, that's ridiculous. It's. I will stick to mainline stuff. I don't even have the Jetfire, but I'll just stick to mainline stuff. But I mean, they're nice to look at, so I'm sure this is going to look just like the cartoon model. It'll be interesting to see.
And I want to chime in here and say, I think something tells me behind the scenes that Hasbro has solved something with Harmony Gold, because I don't remember hearing anything from them when the Commander class thing came out. So I'm under the impression that they've squashed whatever kind of beef was happening, because they obviously had they must have had kind of plans to do a lot more with Skyfire or Jetfire, along these lines, and they wanted to be done with this whole Harmony Gold bullshit.
Yeah, I mean he's been a prominent character in the Netflix show too.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think they would be using him if they had problems copyright-wise with using him.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll get our business guy on it and dig up the information. Quattro in our chat says there was a court battle, so maybe I'll talk with him and look up the information.
Yeah.
Get the deets.
Yeah. I mean, after that, the main issue I have with like Hasbro and Wright stuff is that RID 2001 series. Come on. No one seems to care or know who has the rights to that. I think it might actually be Disney.
Wow.
Oh yeah, they bought Fox and
it was a Saban produced show or something. It was weird. But who knows?
All right, Paulo, what do you think of these potential upcoming Masterpiece figures?
Well, I don't collect Masterpiece. I mean, I have a few figures I've gathered over the years. Like I have MP10, Optimus, and then also Road Rage. But I think my biggest concern is the scale. Like, especially if I was a Masterpiece collector, because I know folks who are, exclusively Masterpiece collectors, and I'd be, pretty miffed if the scale wasn't accurate to the cartoon. And if Skyfire is going to be the same size as the Commander class figure, I don't think that's the right scale for the, in comparison with the cartoon. I have the Commander class figure of Skyfire or of Jetfire, and I like the figure. He's, you have to make sure you have him posed right or he'll topple over. But, he's a really good figure, and I think I paid like $80 for him or something like that. And, you get for your money, you get a really decent, Jetfire / Skyfire figure. And I don't know, if it's worth, paying, more expensive than MP44 Optimus. I mean, that price point's really ridiculous. 300 or, over $350 for a figure. At least for me, that's out of my budget. But, I'd be curious to see, what comes of it. I imagine they'll probably take the Commander class Skyfire or Jetfire, whatever we want to call them, that mold, and just upgrade the plastic, and maybe give him his little the little black points for his helmet too, if you want to have him with his visor on. But I don't see them doing too much different than that. The whole thing with Radian, if they're doing the whole Unite Warriors combiner mode for that figure, those figures are kind of wonky. Like I have Megatronium, and and I like I like the figure because it's the female Decepticon combiner, but there are some issues with it, being combined, and that is disappointing if that is true, if they're using that whole Unite Warriors mold over again, because how many times are we going to redo the same thing that's been done and it's not that great? So that's my 2 cents on these rumors.
All right, fair enough. Okay, well, that's all the toy topics we have, so we will move on to some trips to the store. This is where we show off all the cool Transformer stuff we got this week. We do this as a video so you can see everything we got in beautiful high definition. And we'll put the audio right here in the show so you can keep listening as we add it to the show, so you can keep listening as we describe everything we got in loving detail. So without further ado, trips to the store.
The Transmissions Podcast will return after these messages.
Let's start off with what we got. And Jeremy, we're going to start with you.
Right. The next couple months are going to just be, as I'm packing stuff up, I'm going to just kind of repeat things I've shown before, just because I'm putting them away. This is probably one of my favorite things in my collection, and it's not a toy specifically, but it is the Transformers collector case with that awesome G1 art on it.
Oh, nice.
From the 80s. It even still has an original sticker about the types of material it was made of.
75% acrylic. 20.
Yeah.
I had one of those back in the day as a kid.
Yeah, and inside it's got the little plastic liner for all the different toys.
So cool.
Yeah,
I have one of those too. It's back there somewhere.
Yeah, so I can't remember where I got it. Maybe it was a TFCon. I can't remember, but I love things like this, like the branded things from the 80s. Somewhere, I think it's in a bin. I have one of those TV trays, same artwork and stuff, but I love this type of thing just as just something to have on a shelf, conversation piece. So that's all I got this week.
There's that bigger one too. Yeah. That was like a the bigger box that was like it's kind of protrudes out. It's kind of like I don't know. It opened like a door, like a swinging door in the front, and had like 3 shelves. Those are harder to find, much harder to find.
Yeah, they were like all over the 80s. Like, I remember the Star Wars Darth Vader had one for all those figures.
Yeah,
in that vein. Yeah,
yeah. Jeremy, I see something else in the background there.
I know, I do. I see a box. What is that big box back there?
I don't know. It's just a moving box.
This is
Unless Daryl, do you want to talk about it?
Oh, that.
Yeah.
How did that get here? And
that's mine.
It just showed up. It showed up one day. I don't know what happened.
Someone
Daryl, you can talk about it.
Present.
That's mine.
It is.
I was keeping a secret the entire time.
You actually came here before Charles got his.
It was 3 days before Charles's arrived. Yeah. But I had to involve Jeremy in my secret because the borders are closed and I can't go get it. So
he was gonna have it shipped to his PO box.
I was ready to go get it, and I made the call to Hasbro or the customer service line. I said, "Hey, can we sort something out here? Can it come to me?" And they're like, "Nope, we can't. Can you get it shipped to somebody else in the U.S.?" And I said, "Let me make a call." I know a guy that's not doing anything. Yeah, so Jeremy graciously accepted my package.
Oh,
which I didn't have to sign for.
There you go,
Daryl. You're an asshole. You could tell us you went in on Unicron 2 years ago. Come on, Daryl.
a big secret to keep.
Hey, I mean, I kept my baby secret from a lot of people.
From your wife,
and then I had to keep less of a time. I had to keep this longer. So yeah. I'm sorry I kept it secret from you. It's just I thought it was going to be behind me at some point.
Someday.
Now it's behind.
I didn't
Jeremy.
even take it out of the box it came in until tonight. So I got a really big moving box for all my stuff. So thanks, Daryl.
No problem.
And eventually you'll get it.
Like a year.
You can just stare admiringly afar from the at the box for the next year.
Just watch the eBay values go up and up, and
hey.
So
there you go.
That's it.
Profit.
That's
we were hoping Charles wouldn't notice.
Yeah,
I actually noticed right away.
Yeah,
I was just like, I wonder if this is going to be brought up at some point.
You might have not. Yeah, you might have should have pushed it out of your wide shot there, Jeremy.
That was.
I wanted to have about that much showing, and Daryl was like, "Oh, I'll do a little bit more."
Yeah.
Congratulations! I'm happy for you, Daryl. That's cool.
Thanks. I haven't done anything. I haven't gotten anything yet, though. I mean, I paid a very large bill, and then now I've
is the type of.
Now I'm not doing anything with it.
Thing that you can, it's the type of thing you can pay for before you get your wife pregnant.
Yeah,
Give it as an investment.
You're not going to be spending that kind of money for a while.
Maybe this is my push present?
Yeah. You invested in your future happiness past you.
Yeah. In the box I can live in.
Yes.
Yeah. So should I do the rest of my stuff since you're on me now? All right, I'll do that.
Yeah,
why not?
Why not? I forgot to show these off last week. These are the Back to the Future Transformer comics. This is both covers, A and B. I liked them both, so I bought them both. They're very cool. There is an RI cover that I did not get, but that's okay. I like these ones better. And I think I'm abandoning the whole B covers all combined because this one really doesn't fit with anything. So that's too bad. I was really hoping that they would. I do have another G1 figure to show off. And it's another Pretender. This is Roadblock. Roadblock he's missing one thing, which I found out recently. He's missing a very small gun, which is for the inner robot. So this Pretender is he's like a double Pretender. So it's kind of like a coffin that he lies in this thing. So he comes out of that. But
this is guy, Pretender month on Transmissions.
Yeah, but this guy opens up. And the inner robot is actually all gold plastic. So he doesn't come out of there very often. And actually, if you'll zoom in on that, the hand is broken. And he came like that to me. So yeah, and I don't think he's going to zoom in on that, but whatever. It's fine. He's gorgeous, but he is gold plastic. So
that is a coffin.
Yeah, I've heard the horrors of gold plastic. Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
I
not.
don't know if it's going to focus.
What is
It's not.
what is the deal with the outer shell being just a car? I mean, isn't that just a
There you go.
transformer?
Better.
Yeah,
I don't
you got
know.
it, Daryl.
That's the thing. Yeah, I got it. Yeah. So yeah, it's just a car, but it's one of those things that it's I don't know. It's like a tank kind of thing. So yeah,
Mhm.
it's the outer, like the inner outer shell. I don't know. Is actually kind of cool. It's like this little dude, like this little bug suit guy. He's got wings and such. But yeah, the actual car, the tank thing, it is.
Pretenders got really weird.
They did. They needed
Towards the
something, and honestly, this was it. So you would have this little turret stand up, and then you'd have these feet for the actual robot to kind of stand on the back. And it's for the inner robot to actually stand here. The outer robot won't do it. His feet are too big. So, this guy was supposed to be messed with on his own. The inner robot comes out, and he can fire the gun. So, and then these guns come off and are guns for this guy. And then the gun that I'm missing is the one for the inner robot.
Is this a Decepticon or an Autobot?
Good question.
He's purple.
He is purple. I'm assuming a Decepticon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Decepticon, yeah, that's what he says on the wiki here. And then the last thing I got, just picked it up this week, and I was really excited to get this guy because I had heard that they had made some improvements. This is Earthrise Inferno.
Ah, nice.
And the grapple, if anyone out there has the grapple, the horror stories of the pegs breaking off in the alt mode. So I did check just before the recording. I transformed them back and forth, and they fixed it. They fixed the pegs. They are now solid pegs on this guy. I don't think you'll be able to see it. Maybe you can. There they are there on the top.
There you go.
Yeah, right there. So they're now solid pegs. On the grapple, they were hollow, and once you inserted them into the bottoms of the feet, which is where they go, they'd get stuck, and then you'd go to pull it out, and you'd kind of have to. They were too big, so you'd wiggle it around, and they'd break, and it was a huge pain in the ass for grapples. So they fixed the mold. Everyone should be happy to know that, and it's a great figure. I really like all the bits and pieces with it, and it transforms beautifully like the grapple did as well. So yeah, huge props for the Inferno here. Really enjoying it. That's it.
All right. Apollo, what do you got?
All right, I've got two things to show today. The first we talked about on the main show, those plushies. I ordered the day they came out the Starscream plushie, so here he is in his full glory.
He is huge. You weren't kidding.
Yeah, he's a big boy, and they're all really big. So it's like there's his Decepticon insignia. So finding the space for these is a task. So yeah,
wild.
So scale wise, that's there's my head. So they're pretty big.
Just go to bed with. He's a pillow for you.
Yeah.
I'll just have a pillow plushie pile that I can sleep in. So that's the first thing. So I think I paid like $32 with shipping for this. So
That's not bad.
They're $24.99 on the site before shipping.
Yeah, and I think the shipping was $8. So this I'm really excited about. So I ordered the Alternity Orochi Starscream figure, and I got him brand new for $60, including shipping from Japan. So
wow.
I am very, very excited. Yeah. So he's a very nice looking figure. He is, I think, 10 years old now. So there are things about it that aren't, as good as newer figures, but he's really sturdy. He's made out of metal. Like, this is all metal here.
Yeah.
The waist, this was kind of a pain here. The waist tabs into his lower area. And then these wheels here, you have to tab them in, and it's kind of fussy, but once you do get it in, they stay in. These fall off pretty much. I don't know if you saw my posts on Twitter about it, but when you convert it it comes in car mode, and when you convert it, like, these immediately popped off the doors on him. But they pop right back in. It's a ball socket. I had that happen to me with when I owned the third-party MMC Drift and Deadlock figures. The same thing happened with me with those figures. So I imagine those figures are heavily influenced by Starscream. So, and he's even got, and he's even got like this little, they added this in to make it look like his wings, but they're not wings, it's just the top of a car.
I like that. That's really a neat way to do it.
Yeah, like, I wasn't sure about this figure, but I watched videos on it, and there were mixed reviews about it, and he's got 4 eyes. I don't know if you can see that. So, kind of looks odd, but the light piping on it, which isn't really shown off in this little video here, it's really amazing. And the 4 eyes are growing on me. So I like it. I'm not going to be messing with it too much. He's going to sit on my shelf probably for the most part. But another neat thing is that these are actually rubber, the tires. They are not plastic. So I thought that was a really nice touch.
It is from the era before they went to all plastic tires.
It makes a big difference, doesn't it? It makes it feel like a much more like higher end figure, doesn't it?
Yeah, and for the price for it, and I mean, granted, I paid pretty much the retail price with shipping. Whereas like I'm looking at the listing on Amazon, it's $100, it's a really nice figure, and, cause it's metal and there's painted apps on it. Whereas, the newer mainline figures are just plastic. So, I'm very happy with him. There's a lot of small details on him, like his license plate. It's folded away, but it's, got the signature for the Okamura Orochi.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, he's even got like a little antenna somewhere here. I don't know if you can see it for the car, and that's rubber. So
nice.
Yeah, so that's all I have to show today.
All right.
I guess we're done.
Thanks for watching.
Well, I mean, you kind of stole my thunder, Daryl. But
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We weren't going to bring it up, and we were going to see how long it took you to notice it.
Yeah,
but
we're gonna wait until after.
I also got something.
Whoa, you're so strong!
Wow.
The box is
the
empty.
Box is kind of a display piece. It's a display piece in itself.
Yeah, it's got cool art. It comes inside another box, so that this box doesn't get damaged in shipping. So
the box that this is sitting on is the one it came in.
Yeah. So
Nice
yes, Unicron. I did get Unicron, and he's a big boy.
What did your wife say?
She knew it was coming, so she's like, that's nice.
Well, yeah, but no one really comprehends how big it is until you see the box.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, you got when I finally got it assembled." She's like, "Oh, that's nice. You got a space for it." So I think she was just happy it was not like cluttered and sitting and taking up space in the house. So I had a space dedicated for it. It's out of the way. It's not gonna bother her. So I think she was happy about that. But yeah, Unicron has a nice full color instruction booklet. Although if I could do a little nitpick, the corners were a little messed up there.
Oh.
So that was a wonk wonk, but it's still
Stick it
nice.
under a heavy book.
Yeah. But it's cool. I like how they give quotes and it's like, "You underestimate me." Who said that? Unicron did?
Yep.
I don't think you need to have attribution for the quote. But but yeah, it's it's got the assembly instructions.
That would be the funniest thing if the quote was actually from Galvatron on there and they messed it up.
Oh, that'd be a big.
It's like you'll do my bidding.
Nobody summons me.
Yeah. And it pleases me to be the first.
Yeah, but this
I
is
like how it's in color.
Yeah, everything's in color, unlike the teeth on the actual figure. So yeah, even the in the picture, the teeth they're colored the right way. Anyway. And
somebody get Charles some orange markers.
Yeah.
Here's the little Galvatron and Rodimus, or Hot Rod. I'm not taking them out because I'll immediately lose them. They're in there.
They are tiny.
There are a lot of little bits you got to stick on the Unicron figure. I'm like, why do we have to do this? They're not like stickers or anything. They're just little plastic, I guess, added detail.
Screw covers.
Yeah.
Like, for covering the screws.
Oh yeah, cover all the screws, I guess. Yeah. But
those might pop off in shipping. So.
And here's a little stand for the head. So the head stays out in planet mode. So but it's it's got the articulation. You can open the mouth.
It has two chins, doesn't it? Like a different
the other
goatee one.
The other chin stores in the it's got two faces too. So the faceplate comes off and the chin comes off.
That's the freaky face.
Yeah, so this is the eyes. So
oh my gosh, they move.
You can have the Autobots and Decepticons steal Unicron's eyes to fix Trypticon or Metroplex. So yeah.
Wow, I did not know the eyes moved on that.
Yeah.
That is really wicked.
Although when the faceplate's on, you can't even see it. So, but that's cool. And you've got the Autobot shuttle. This is not the Ark. So everyone out there who says this is the Ark, this is not the Ark. This is the Autobot shuttle from Transformers the movie. It's not the Ark. But it's a nicely well detailed our Autobot shuttle there. I almost did it myself. So it's not the Ark.
This is the shortened version of the shuttle after it's they blow up most of it, right?
Well, no,
I think the front
the shortened part is the front part.
That's just this part. If I got a little knife, I could cut it right there.
There you go.
Yeah, but that's cool.
That's really cool.
Okay, now I have to get up and move around to actually show you the figure because this is it's too big. All right. Well, first off, I do have my old Unicron, so my Armada Unicron, just to give you a sense of the scale. This is the Armada Unicron. Now we're gonna put this next to the
Oh, here we go. Cue the music.
Here we go. There it is.
Oh, see, I don't see the improvement on the new one. The Armada one is just fine.
Here's the little guy. Look at
In
that
your
guy.
perspective,
Wow.
they still look the same size. Your other one's still closer to the camera. You still look the same size.
Okay, here. Oh, here we go. How's that?
Oh
There you
yeah.
Now it's better.
You need to clean your desk.
I know. This is not his
I'm not
permanent
one to
place.
talk.
I just took him down
Yeah.
for this
Yeah.
video, but
So is like the planet part of Unicron as big as the Armada one with the ring around it?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's bigger. The planet part is bigger than I mean you can
Oh,
Wow.
look at that.
Oh my gosh.
There you
Okay,
go.
that's
how you
a good comparison.
That's how you should display it.
He's eating himself.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So the stand comes in handy, huh?
Yeah, you need the stand. This you cannot pose this without the stand. But I do really like the teeth moving automatically, or not automatically, but they're geared. That's very cool.
Seems like it's very easy to. You don't have to put much force on it.
Yeah, it's
really
pretty
cool.
nice. So yeah, there it
Very
is.
cool.
I we'll have to wait till next week to transform them. Because it was a chore just to get them assembled, but yeah, this is cool.
Daryl, drug out Fort Max. You can, or Metroplex. You can drag this out.
And there's the Transformers the movie poster there.
Nice.
So
Very cool.
also for anyone who did get the Unicron, just a word of warning when you get it out of the package, the instructions don't really tell you how to put the stand on. They show you like just putting the ball on the stand, like it just peg in, but they don't tell you that there's a little flap that you have to basically open up the bottom, push the little flap in, and then and then there'll be enough space for the stand to go on. And that information is not shown in the beginning. Like there's a page at the very end of the book that shows you how to remove the stand, and so you have to reverse those instructions to figure that out. So that was an ordeal just to get them on the stand in planet mode. But
I heard that you have to have like 2 people to transform it. Is that true?
I mean, I don't think so. I think with the stand, I think that's what you need the stand for. So the stand keeps Unicron in place where you can flip open the panels and everything, move everything around, and that's what you'll find out in the coming days. Yeah, so I'll report back next week on the difficulty of the transformation, but I'm happy. It's well worth it. I mean, it's pretty immense. I'm happy for you.
I am too. Like, it looks really impressive, and I kind of have FOMO because I remembered my friends 2 years ago were like, you should pre-order this, and I'm like, no, where will I put it? And now I'm like, I wish I would have now. There's no way I'm paying like 3 times the price for one.
Right.
But
yeah.
I'm really happy for you, Charles. It looks really awesome.
Make me an offer.
What's the shipping going to be on that?
Yeah, that's going to be the pain.
Take a road trip to Canada and the pandemic.
Well, I'm in Wisconsin, so just.
Oh yeah, I could just drive there.
You better check your trunk space, or how big your back seat is, because
right.
Yeah.
Oh, there could be problems because I have a Prius. I mean, it's a hatchback, but I don't know how tall it is. I've
seen so many pictures of people with it like sticking out of the back of a car.
Yeah. Well, that's what I got this week. All right.
Tune in next week for the next part of Charles's Unicron adventure.
Yes.
I did all the accessories this week too.
Yeah. You combined it. You could have stretched it out more.
You got to see his fun eyes that move around.
Yeah.
All right. So that will do it for this week's Trips to the Store.
We now return to the Transmissions podcast.
All right. We're back from our trips to the store, and we will finish up the show with feedback. Okay. This week we got a Apple Podcasts review. So it's been a while since we've had a review on Apple Podcasts. This comes to us from our good friend and Donatreon, Robin Hunt. So Robin is Prime. And he leaves us a 5-star review. Thank you, Robin. And the review says, the show is still going strong, massively helped by Empire of Rust, which is so addictive, I think I'm digesting podcast heroin. We miss Yoshi. I even miss Texas and Russian Yoshis. We miss KO Corner as well.
Wow.
Oh, man. We miss Yoshi, too. So hopefully, maybe when the pandemic is over, he'll make an appearance. But we're pulling for him.
Do you miss Russian Yoshi?
No. Nope. Not at all.
Aww. Texas Yoshi?
No.
You just have no fun in your heart, do you?
Nope. I guess not. All right. So that's all our feedback for this week. And that will do it for this episode of Transmissions. As always, at the end of the show, we give a shout out to our Masterpiece Donatrons. So thank you again to John 4X Levengood and Dinobot Maximize for continuing to support this show at our highest level. We really appreciate it. And you can also get some merchandise from our TeePublic store. That's at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. We've got lots of shirt designs and masks and other cool merchandise. And of course, anything you buy from our TeePublic store anything you buy from the TeePublic site in general through our link helps out the show. So we get a little referral commission. So transmissionspodcast.com/shop. And Apollo, thank you again for joining us this week. Anything you want to plug while you're here?
Yeah, so I made a lot of merchandise to sell at TF Con, and we know how last year went. And I'm going to be retiring a lot of it because, quite frankly, my art has improved a lot since then. And, I'd like to make some new stuff if I end up vending at future TF Con. So I have some prints and some buttons that I'm selling, and you can find out more how to buy those on my pinned tweet on Twitter at RoboApollo.
All right. And we will link to that in our show notes so everyone can check that out.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, have a good day and come back for alt mode on Friday. And thanks everyone for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening to this episode of Transmissions. But just because this episode is over doesn't mean the Transformers fun has to stop. Join us and other Transformers fans on our Discord chat server by visiting transmissionspodcast.com/discord. If you would like to learn more about how you could support the Transmissions Podcast, just visit transmissionspodcast.com/support. Thank you all for listening, and we'll see you again next week.
Contact us on social media. You can leave a comment right below in this YouTube video. If you got Unicron, let us know what you think of him. Do you have fun transforming him? Hopefully nothing broke. I mean, that's the horror story we're hearing is, sometimes there are some pieces breaking off, and yeah, I don't want to contemplate that. So hopefully I'll transform him safely next week, and we'll show him off. So
if you feel like you're close to breaking a piece, set up your phone and start recording.
I'd like to see your progress transforming him. I think that'd be fun. Like progress pics.
Yeah, set up a camera to record time lapse.
Oh, that's an idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.